authors of this article has introduced a new audio codec and codec, which use machine learning techniques to increase compression without loss of quality, resulting in 10 times more compression than MP3 at the same quality. Alexander Defossis is a co-author of many scientific publications. Gabriel Sinaev is a research scientist. Jade Kopet, manager. Yossi Adi, assistant professor and a research scientist. Recent studies suggest that streaming audio and video have accounted for the majority of the internet traffic in 2021. With the internet traffic expected to grow, audio compression is an increasingly important problem. The whole system is trained end-to-end to minimize a reconstruction loss applied over both time and frequency domain, together with a perceptual loss in the form of discriminators operating at different resolutions. An encoder network is input an audio extract and outputs a latent representation. A quantization layer produces a compressed representation using vector quantization. A decoder network reconstructs the time domain signal from the compressed latent representation. The input to the network is a complex valued STFT with the real and imaginary parts concatenated. Each discriminator is composed of 2D convolutional layer followed by 2D convolutions with increasing dilation rates. Then a final 2D convolution is applied. Discriminator distinguishes between generated data and real data. It's like a counterfeiter and detective. The counterfeiter produces fake notes while the detective tries to detect them. As discriminator is trained to minimize its errors in detecting fake samples, the generator is simultaneously trained to fool the discriminator with improved synthesized data quality. Recent advancements in neural audio generation enabled computers to efficiently generate natural sounding audio. The first convincing results were achieved by autoaggressive models, such as WaveNet, at the cost of slow inference. Autos uses and extends adversarial losses to limit artifacts during audio generation. Low bitrate parametric speech and audio codecs have long been studied, but their quality has been severely limited. The current state-of-the-art traditional audio codecs are Opus and Enhanced Voice Service. Autos optimize the model using both reconstruction loss and adversarial perceptual losses. Representing audio and speech using discrete values was proposed to various tasks recently. Dielman in 2018 and Darrywale in 2020 proposed a hierarchical-based model for learning discrete representation of raw audio. Lahotia and Kharitonov in 2021 demonstrated that self-supervised learning methods for speech can be quantized and used for conditional and unconditional speech generation. Autos use residual vector quantization to quantize the output of the encoder. Vector quantization consists in projecting an input vector onto the closest entry in a code book of a given size. Autos use a range-based arithmetic coda in order to leverage the estimated probabilities given by the language model. Evaluation of the same model might lead to different results of different architectures or with different evaluation procedures due to the floating point approximations. For training and validation, authors define a mixing strategy which consists in a sampling and single source from a data set or performing on-the-fly mixing of 2 or 3 sources. Evaluation scores for Opus, EVS, Lyra V2 and encodec for various bandwidths under the streamable setting. Results are reported across different audio categories: clean speech, noisy speech, and music, sampled at 24 kHz. Authors report mean scores and 95% confidence intervals. Authors show subjective and objective results from monophonic and stereophonic audio coding. Authors improve sample quality by developing a simple but potent spectrogram-only adversarial loss which efficiently reduces artifacts and produce high-quality samples. Besides, auto-stabilize training and improve the interpretability of the weights for losses throughout the novel gradient balancer. Finally, authors also demonstrate that a small transformer model can be used to further reduce the bandwidth by up to 40% without further degradation of quality. Thank you for your attention.